Today it's just me and myself, and I. Today on Lunch with Jack, with no lies, I have no idea what we're going to do because, you know what? Laz isn't here. So that generally means I go out, I go kill shit, I talk about stuff that's going on, I completely forget about the events that are happening on the calendar because we've got 9 days until the wipe. That generally means that not many people are playing just because who really wants to play right before a wipe? Most of the bugs have been found. Most everything's been done. And there's not a lot left to do. I mean, other than watch someone's houses fall down. Let's see if Shooter Jennings ever did actually log in yesterday and refresh his house. He's glad that there's a wipe because he's been on the road for a month. It's been a long month for him. And I need to get in contact with him so that way we can get that interview scheduled. I'm thinking I'm going to message him and say let's go ahead and do that interview on Thursday. And so that way we can get it done. I got a few questions from the community that I'll think about. Yep, he definitely logged in. So let's see. Oh, and he was nice enough to actually check Spec's house as well. So, we do end up with a lot of things happening. Shooter Jennings interview, son of Waylon Jennings, musician in his own right. If you watched Robot Chicken the other night, he did one of the songs. So a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, Laz and Wind Silvermoon are driving back to Florida. Wind has to drop Laz off at his house and then go back to her house. That way she can maybe see her husband, who I think is still out of the country. But both of them are sporting brand new tattoos, which is kind of funny. From the picture that I saw earlier this morning, Wind got the chaos symbol in the middle of her back, and then Laz did the Lord British's virtue symbol as well as a chaos symbol on his right arm. It's kind of funny. And he put chaos over virtue. Even funnier. So as soon as Laz gets back in the saddle, and we'll probably be talking about that. Our discussion, I have no idea where we're even going to begin with whenever he gets back, whether or not it's going to be 1B, Chaos Metal, 1B some more, the fact that he almost jizzed in his pants, like meeting Lord British, and the fact that somebody he knows will just like sit there and ask questions like, so how are the kids doing? Ignore everything else and just ask about the family. So it's gonna be fun. I haven't been in South March in a long time, so let's go ahead and go in there. So guys, remember this is live streamed on Twitch as well as YouTube. And it ends up getting archived on YouTube. So remember, please, if you have questions, ask them in chat. I will get to them as soon as I can. And it does actually make for a more interesting show because it gives me something really to talk about because I have no plans. And you know what? I kind of fucked up because I came out here without arrows. So it's going to be not very long before I run out. It doesn't help that there's an elder wolf right there, so I gotta get out of here, go back to town, get some arrows, and then actually come out here and do things properly. And somebody's tweeting right now, and it's not me. Oh, it's Drake. So Drake is tweeting right now. He's retweeting that, hey, my show is live. Yay. But let's just say that last weekend was phenomenal. We can't wait for Release 23. Release 23 is going to be bringing a lot of great things into the game. So much so that I'm ready to make at least 3 characters. Just that way I can do 3 different intro quests. I'm going to do each one individually and put those up on YouTube. Just that way we have something a little bit different to look at. All 3 intro scenes will be in-game. Hopefully they will each have their own tutorials, so it will help people learn the game. I know it would be nice if they would even have a tutorial that shows you how to die properly and how to resurrect, whether or not it's the waiting or the going to the Ankh. So, a little bit of adventure for everybody. Yep. And Aaron, how are you doing today? And I gotta wait for the delay to catch up. Now, where to buy arrows in Kingsport? Nope, nope. Can you even buy arrows in Kingsport? That would be a better question. Don't expect to buy arrows from that. Nope, I don't think you can buy arrows in Kingsport. That, to me, is bad. I don't think there's a second market in Kingsport. Not that I've ever explored Kingsport much. But this is all player housing. Player housing, player housing, player housing, player housing. I have no idea where to buy arrows. I guess I have to go back to Owl's Head. So I'll go back to Owl's Head, buy some arrows, be over, be done with it, because I don't know where to buy arrows in Kingsport. Don't even know if you can buy arrows in Kingsport. I don't think I've ever paid attention to that rock before with the flag on top. It's pretty funny. Uh-oh. Looks like we have some texture issues in the distance. So let's see what is going on this week while we're zoning, and I can probably try looking around at stuff. Or we can just look at what Release 23 is going to bring us. So, all the Halloween decorations are going in-game with Release 23. So currently, players are just making their own stuff. So, I bought a few headless masks. So I'll probably be running around with that. Servants and house pets will actually now work. So you can set them to live at home. Eventually, at some point in time, they will actually have their own dialogue. Hopefully that Servants will have conversations and pets will do their own business. They will not pee on rugs yet, but eventually that will probably not happen. That's because Starr is chicken. Won't put cannibalism in game because it creates too many issues. It might upset a few people. Blah blah blah. Cannibalism. I want to eat my foes. I want to chop up their corpses. I want to take things. I also like the idea of full loot, although I do know that that brings about griefers and people that will just sit there and be absolute dicks. But no matter what, this is an online game. People will be absolute dicks because they get to be absolute dicks. You're never going to get rid of the dick problem in any game, even though don't be a dick is supposed to be the motto of Avatar's Radio, as well as myself. I like it. It is good manners. But we'll eventually see what actually happens. So Release 23 is also going to bring us new taming. So it's going to be completely expanded some more. You'll be able to have more than one pet, which is always exciting. And currently you are limited to having only one summoning whistle in your inventory. And so you're only allowed to tame one pet as well as have one pet. Ooh, I was down to 10 arrows. That's not cool. Well, we can get rid of that. Don't need that combat dagger. Definitely need my coconut bras because they're important. Don't need those. Come on. Let's see how overweight I am. 57 pounds. That's not cool. Maybe I'll dump some of my gear in the bank. Although it's probably all crafting materials. I would go to my house and dump them off, but my house is on the other side of the world and I don't want to. You can only zone once every 15 minutes. So then the story, there are going to be more polished passes. Will be made on existing maps, which is always good. I mean, makes scenes look better as well as informs them on what they need to do for the development for the future to make things look a little bit better, touch some scenes up, expand the story with new scenes, including the town of Exeter and Highvale. So that will be good. Come on. I'm trying to select everything that I need to get rid of. Let's see. A single player experience, Exeter, and a single player experience that is that's Highvale Village is the single player scene. That's the starting zone. That is a fishing town. I mean, those pictures were actually posted in the weekend update. We did show some of those early pictures last week or something like that, or did we? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But it doesn't matter. They're adding another player-owned town biome, or actually an additional template that's going to be the underground biome, and so that's actually kind of cool. And they will add the ability for player-owned owners to add NPCs finally. which means I may never need to leave my NPC town, which means that you'll see some player towns, or NPC towns, diminish in population. So that's like Owl's Head and Ardoris, which are the two major cities. Owl's Head is in the Hidden Vale, Ardoris is in Novia, so the continent of Novia. So if we see less people there, and we do have a few people, let's see. Oh, yep. Those guys are doing well. Painting around their names is kind of annoying, but screw it. Let's see who all's online. Got Amber and Sir Dan's. But Amber's probably on the air right now with Avatar's radio. The in-game radio will actually have a second station added to it very soon. And that's going to be Radio Free Britannia. So let's just see what's going on there. Radio Free Britannia should be interesting. So, I mean, a little bit of a variety in music should be good, as well as variety in like programming. I know that the lunch hour, the Lunch with Laz and Jack, is actually simulcast on Radio Free Britannia, but that is generally during Amber Rain's segment, so it will provide people a little bit different experience. So I am playing around in South Marsh right now. South Marsh is another one of the swamps. Hopefully it has a little bit more. I'm hoping that it has some humanoids in it, just because I like fighting them a little bit better than I like fighting wolves and crocodiles or skeletons. Those things I don't really like as much. And let's just say that didn't work too well. I'm doing things the way that you're not supposed to, because if you're an archer, you're really not supposed to stand there and just like try to bitch slap something down. I should be kiting it, but I really don't feel like doing that. Crafting, I mean, what's really cool is the expectation of there to essentially be ooh, I really need that healing spell to go off. I think it was 28 or 288,000 different recipes for. Come on, cast. It's taking its sweet time today. And I died. Yep, I can't even kill one wolf. That's how pathetic I am. And I don't even see where the Ankh is in here. Generally the Ankh's near the exits to a scene, but this time it's not. You just have to look at your map and look for the little Ankh, and as you get closer to it, it becomes a little bit more visible on the direction. If you ever close that out, just hit M on your keyboard, and as you get closer, you should be able to see like the green beacon coming off of it, and then from there you are there. So let's see, what are we surrounded by? Okay, that is the undead and spiders. The things I hate the most are what's out here. Yay. I hate spiders because they web you and they trap you and you can't run away. And I don't like the undead because you have to kill them like 50 friggin' times in order to do anything. Until they fix that, well, it's kind of fixed right now. At one point in time, it was you had to kill them 3 times before they're finally dead. They fixed that to where if you use Disrupt Undead, they are dead the first time you kill them. Red spiders used to be the best XP for leveling, but since everybody is essentially wet toilet paper, and their poison debuff and webs are killer, not as many people have been killing spiders as lately as in previous releases. So let's see if I can even kill one red spider. So we'll see how this works out. This one I'm actually going to try to kite. So he did web me, so. And I'm trying not to bring him back towards that other spider that was over there. Oops. See, it went too far. Now my only hope is to actually get it so that way. Good. Got him far enough that he actually leashed. Now what I am doing is I have free attack disabled, so I actually have to manually attack everything, and that means that if I want to stack up like my melee skill, I have to hold the mouse button down, and that kind of prevents me from doing like any stacking or anything like that on my skills bar. So I'm kind of, I don't know whether I like that or not. But right now the rarest crafting material in game right now is the spider carapace. But we will see how that actually, if we actually are able to get any of those. So in 10 days we also end up with something a lot of people are really looking forward to, are the fawns. So the bestiary is going to be expanded some more. And the more expanded the bestiary becomes, the better the game really becomes, because that allows them to actually put variety into the game as far as the player experience. As well as hopefully they'll add like levels of difficulty. I do know that they are planning some like mini boss mobs, putting those in game, as well as the Master and Apprentice system. The Master and Apprentice system is going to be where if someone has like 100 of one skill and they go partying with someone that's got like 30 of the skill, their skill actually goes up a lot faster, which is actually a good thing for leveling others. But I mean, it could possibly be rife with exploits. Let's go check out the Mysterious Swamp. Hopefully that has a little bit better variety of mobs of things that I don't absolutely hate. Release 24 is going to be a polish and performance release. Story is going to end up with hilt and dungeons beneath that contain the only known forge capable of forging things with obsidian, which is actually going to be really cool. Oh yeah, I've been in this scene before a few times. I kind of liked it. I like the ruined castle or ruined church, the facade. I actually think they did a really good job with this scene, because you've got like the terrain goes from almost the edge of the marsh. Is that undead that I see? Yeah, that's undead I see over there. And then from there to the swamp, and they mixed up the trees that are around. So if you notice that, although these are the older trees, these are the Unity Forge speed trees. They're not the updated ones. So eventually this will have to be one of those scenes that has to be re-gone over and repolished. You can tell it's Unity 4 speed trees by the way that they're kind of billboarding out here. And that billboarding makes it look a little bit pixelated. But this one does have a lich right here. Ooh, a lich mage at that. I probably can't kill him. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Stand-up commentary. What are people working on yesterday? There will be a new Brown Tower player home and player home bugs. And animal statues. Ooh, we're going to get some new statues. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to kill that guy. Especially with him summoning undead. Best thing to do then is run away. So fishing is actually getting an update to where now there will actually be a fishing line connected to the water. So it will actually go to the spot where you're fishing, and supposedly there's a bobber in there as well. But the bobber's kind of hard to see because you can't zoom into what's 20 yards away or 20 meters away from you. Oh, oops. I actually entered a player-owned town called Battledale. So let's see. Fawns, fawn animation rigging. Yeah, fawns are kind of cool. They're the slaves of these satyrs. So if you kill them, you can actually free them. Or you can kill them, and depending on how the virtue system is done, killing them will actually ding your virtue because they are slaves, or if you free them, that will increase your virtue. But the hard part becomes if they are slave to a satyr and they are excellent healers, that could potentially lengthen any amount of time for any battle. So sometimes it's best to kill the healer first, and this time that does have negative consequences, so you get to decide whether or not it's going to be a good or bad thing. Let's go to play around in the moors of the North Shore. We do have a new scene with Mariah Overlook, Janna Ford, NPCs, and the Virtus story. Let's see. Virtus. Fucking spiders. But wolf spiders aren't that bad. Let's see what that does. So I tamed him, and then he healed up. That's always awesome. Tame something, and then it heals up. Not always cool. So I probably need to document that as a bug at some point in time. And it also probably should have attacked the other spider, just because it's friendly to me, and that would have been the nice thing to do. And welcome to the stream, Naufragium. Okay. I'm tired of playing the clicky game. I need to go back and use auto attack. That way I can do it as easy mode. Auto attack automatically attacks whatever you have targeted every 2 seconds or something like that. Whereas if you use free attack, you have the potential of actually attacking. Oh shit, that's not good. You actually have the potential of attacking every second for a little bit of damage, or holding it down and doing a massive attack for several seconds. So let's see. The only spider here that I'm really worried about is the red spider. They generally do a lot more damage. And it's like, if you can see that I'm webbed for a few more seconds, and then I may be able to kill all 3 of these spiders. Might be able to. Or I'll have to run away if I can. But right now I'm webbed. Okay. Look at that. Barely made it. Barely. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have going on? I'm not really going to talk about what's happening in Release 25, because by the time we get to it, things will have changed dramatically. Other things developers are working on: pet taming, house pets, clone skills, bugs. Ooh, oh yeah, I forgot. Chaos Tree is going to have a lot of things done in it. You may see the Chaos Tree is going to be friggin' entertaining, just because it has the possibility of doing damage to you. One of the skills is essentially every point of or actually every point of focus that is used actually does damage to you, and that is actually pretty funny, because when you start talking about like glass cannons, as well as like this one will essentially just burn you up as you're burning through all of your mana, which I think is really funny. I hate spiders, so let's see how far away we can get from this and this and this. And why aren't the bears and spiders attacking each other? And let's see, I'm webbed, so, and I can't go anywhere if I'm webbed, so I have to run away. The bears and spiders should actually be attacking each other, and I don't understand why they're not. Holy shit, this is a forest of evil. Okay. And by forest of evil, I mean forest of fucking spiders. Because I hate spiders. See, I like how they're going after the deer. Okay. Now they're going after me, because, you know what, they want to make sweet, sweet love to me. I don't want them to make sweet, sweet love to me, because I can't kill them all. Oh shit, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. We found an elf encampment. That's actually kind of cool. But I'd have to fight my ass all the way up there. Oh, it appears that some of the bears are fighting. Oh, yes. Yes, please, bears, fight the elves. Fight the elves. It'd be great if that actually worked in combat, but it doesn't. can't use camouflage in combat, which is friggin' stupid. But that's a known bug, and I can't help known bugs. Oh man. My plan of using the bears to kill them all backfired. Okay, that was really cool that they did have those guys in there. And I tripped and fell, I bet. Yep, 82 points of falling damage. I tripped and fell. So when you do actually have, if you like pan around, you see multiple onks on the map. You want to look for the one that's closest to you. Okay. That was fun. That was entertaining. Now my armor's even more broken. Yay, broken armor. If you want to come join me in TeamSpeak, you can always do that, so that way I'm not talking to myself. Just go to nbnn.info and click on the Join TeamSpeak button. Laz and myself are in there almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just hanging out, doing absolutely nothing. Talking, bitching, complaining. You know, the normal. Okay. Eventually, this is one of the questions I actually asked the devs. And they did answer. Every single part of the world map will actually be different scenes that you can go into. So, which is actually good, because when you end up with a section over here where there is no scene other than the player-owned towns and the player-run towns, it becomes kind of frustrating. It's like, why should I run over here if there's nothing but this player-owned town? So, and that would also give hunting areas to these players out here as well. And so, the more zones that they have for hunting, whether or not they are planned or unplanned, the better. And so I like the fact that they're actually going to end up doing that, because it does create more of a reason for people to explore more of the world map, as well as actually end up doing things other than hanging around known hunting areas. The plains of Innis, I don't like them. Eventually they'll add silver serpents into the game. Haha. I'm putting words into Portalarium's mouth. Again, kind of like I did the other day with the mention of cannibalism on a tweet, and I think people didn't take it as a joke, and so they are under the impression that cannibalism is really going into the game. It is probably not, because as we all know and we all hate, the fact that Starr is not a fan of cannibalism. I don't know why he would not be a fan of cannibalism. Cannibalism is kind of entertaining. I mean, just think of all that protein that's going to waste. Think of all the new meals that you can make with the food. I mean, all that new food, is going to go bye-bye. Okay. That Corpion, aka a Scorpion, was actually relatively easy to kill, so we should be good in here. Although I don't know how a Scorpion has an animal hide. I mean, the hard shell has turned into a skin of some sort. That cactus has a flower on it. I wonder if the Phoenix is still in the game. I don't know if it's still in the game or not, but I believe it was in Winton's Folly. Check it out in a little bit. So if you notice with the auto attack on, it just keeps on plucking away. It gives you a little bit more time to actually pay attention to what's going on in your skill bar. So I kind of like auto attack just for that, because it does become easy mode. I know Chris Spears hates auto attack, but you know what, Chris Spears, if you're watching, I love you too. And so we have a watchtower. Can actually open. It's like, oh my god. What is going on? I think it would be nice if they actually had like some books or something like that, some journals left why people have run away from this area. Talk about the overwhelming animals, maybe the undead. Have a skeleton or two up there, and just make it a little bit, your story a little bit more well developed. Let's go see if we can find a Phoenix. The Phoenix will actually be able to kill me in just a few hits. I think it's 2 or 3. And my XP's almost gone to. We're running low on adventurer XP. Kind of hard to believe that at one point in time I had over 1 million adventurer XP. And if you look at, I've still got 680,000 pooled production XP, which is pretty damn funny. And this copper node's probably not even going to increase that. So the Phoenix is all the way at the top of this, and so I actually have to run to the back side and go in. And then after that, have fun. Everybody's very quiet today. I don't like being when people are quiet. Of course, that just means that people have the channel on mute, or they're not actually paying attention. And might be able to mine this node before the Scorpion gets here. I got lucky. I finished it. That was a critical success. Like if you're mining something and it goes extremely quickly, that's a critical success. If it forever, that means that it's a normal. So as you work your skill up, your ability does actually go faster. But the weird thing about that, critical success and just a versus a normal success, they each have their own ability to get the meticulous collection. Oh shit, large skeletons. You can kill one, not two. Actually, I probably could have killed two. So in a previous release, this is where the hat quest actually was. And what they wanted you to do in order to meet the new boss mob, which was one of their large creatures, the Phoenix, they put him all the way up top. And so I don't know whether or not he's here or not anymore, but that sun is awfully blinding. Yeah, so there's the Phoenix. Something or other, fire feather. And if you noticed, he actually has a bunch of like gold ore on top of his home. So, oops. And unfortunately, the game developers cheated because he just like ran me down like there's no problem. So the rocks around him, he has actually turned all into ore, which is kind of funny. So you can sit there and mine those. Thankfully, the developers knew that people would be dying way too frequently, and so they put a res onk right below it, so the fire chicken is still there. That's good. So this town down here has been overtaken by the undead, which is always kind of entertaining. I'm trying to skirt around it because I don't want to aggro them all like I just did. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, lots and lots of undead down there. Got a few more over here. So undead killed everybody, but there's nothing to tell you that the humans were actually here other than the undead. It's where little pieces of paper goes a long way for story as well as skeletons. I mean, if you actually look down here, you've got an undead being killed by the wolves or coyotes, which is actually really cool. Since this was one of the first scenes developed, you can still see things billboarding in the distance. Remember, that is part of the Unity 4, and so when they migrated to Unity 5, they have not gone back and retouched the scene. Eventually they will do so, and it will become much better looking. And soft exit. So let's get out of there. Okay, let's see. Haven't been in Worm Sands in a very long time. Oh yeah, and I still have to do the Ravensmoor quest. Maybe I'll save that for later. But the developers are giving us a lot of information to play with, a lot of updates that are coming. This is going to be exciting. I don't think I can actually take on a sand elemental. What sand elementals do is they just spam earthquake, and occasionally they will do the root as well. And so it really works best to just kite these guys all around and try not to stand in their range. So you just saw him earthquake. And Ice Arrow actually works for these, and he just rooted me, so he'll probably follow that up with an earthquake. Yeah, he did. Thankfully, I've just been on the outside of the range of his earthquake, so it hasn't been hitting me. So that's an animation I'd like to see change later on, is the death of the sand elemental. It needs to be changed to like it crumbling or something like that instead of just disappearing, and it needs to provide me with some loot. So if you see, you've got sand elemental, another sand elemental. We've got a town over there. Let's go to the town. Let's see, is this going to be populated with bandits or undead? Or scorpions? Or nothing. Could play around in some adobe homes that need to be updated. They definitely need some love and attention, some detail, some broken chairs, some accessories. It's like actually spend the time and make it look like it's been lived in and destroyed, and not just completely picked up over. Okay, so we've got scorpion. Okay, see a coyote. Some Unity 4 stuff. Coyote, scorpions, coyote. Should have an oasis down here. Oh, skeleton. We've got the well. And the well's got water in it. What the hell? Trying to get away from the scorpion, make him leash. Because I have to go AFK for a few minutes. And actually, since it is that time, I should go ahead and read off the news, or I should say the calendar. Tell you what's going to be happening in Shroud of the Avatar today. If I can find the right tab. it is one of these. Let's just go with this one. Remember, this calendar is off of Avatar Circle, or you can access it off of nbnn.info and go to calendar. And so the calendar for Tuesday, October 20th. Let's see what's going on. It won't be a lot. So at 2 p.m., you're going to have DJ Celine doing 2 for Tuesday on Avatar's Radio. While you're tuning into that, you can go over to Pax Lair and spend some quality time with Sean Silverfoot for the Pax Lair working hours. At 4 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, you can listen to DJ Eclipse Maiden. Have fun listening with her. No idea what she'll be playing because it's not in her thing, but she is DJing Avatar's Radio between 4 and 6 p.m. New Britannia time. At 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., Dr. DJ Selly is going to be doing his faster and louder segment. So listening to some guitar rock. I know the other day he did tweet out that he is going to be doing some prog rock. And so lots of Rush and some other Triumph was probably in there and a few other bands. At 6 p.m. While you're tune into Avatar's Radio, and then go to the Novian Academy and do their New Citizen Outreach, and you can find that in Soultown, or you can just zone to Kaizen Phoenix Fire. After that, we end up with just 2 more things, both on Avatar's Radio. So spend lots of time listening to Avatar's Radio, and you can listen to DJ Lady Addie doing the 80s, and then Flame, which is Amber Rain's alter ego, is doing her Temper Tantrum Tea Days. So Tuesdays and Thursdays she throws a temper tantrum, and she gets loud and proud and aggressive. So that is the entire calendar for Tuesday, October 20th. I'm hoping that tomorrow Laz is back talking about his 1B, his Zeke's 1B Chaos Metal that was acquired by Win Silvermoon, everything that actually happened in Austin, the fact that I'm probably going to go to their offices and drop off some beer that's left over from the BMC convention, and then after that just have a good old time. Let me know, and don't forget, guys, ask questions in chat, participate. This is a participatory event. If you want to join me in TeamSpeak or Laz in TeamSpeak, go to nbnn.info, click on the Join Us in TeamSpeak button, and then after that, just hang out. And that's about all you can do. It's like they probably expected me to do the lunch today sitting at the chair, but I'd rather run around. Okay, well, that's it for me. I will see everybody later, and hope you enjoyed the show. Don't have too much fun.